Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is The Real, episode 217. I promise this is correct, of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
This one I can.
Are you sure? Are you
I'm looking
sure?
it up again just to make sure.
In the
Yes.
meantime, let me get this out of my chest. GG! All right.
Nice. Thank you so much. Yes, able to triple confirm that, yes, it is episode 217. And I promise to make a better effort of confirming this number going forward. That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister. What is up, sir?
Hello. Yes, I'm here. What is up? Nothing much, man. The world sucks. That's what's up.
Ain't
I
that
just-
the truth?
Yeah, I just lost like almost $1,000 in the stock market. Also,
Oh, my
which,
gosh.
to be fair, I had like it was glowing like I had. I told you I think at one point that I started putting like I think I started with like $500 last year,
Mhm.
and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. To be honest with you, I was surprised because my wife is actually the brains when it comes to this stuff. And at some point, even though we were having this whole crisis, the market was doing pretty well somehow, and I ended up like getting, you know, doubling the amount that I had, and then some, you know. But then, of course, things got really shitty
Yeah.
again,
Yeah,
and
you really got to keep an eye on it. Yeah.
like everything that I made, it's pretty much well, not entirely, not really, but when you see your winnings go like bloop, like disappear, it's like, oh, come on,
Yeah, that's
come
disheartening.
on.
Yeah.
And I'm no expert, yeah. And then I mean, what else? What else is it's up? The world is up. The world's about to blow up.
It feels that way. It really does feel that way.
I
Little
know,
by
right?
little. Did you hear about the cocaine pigs or hogs?
Cocaine.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
going on? Don't tell me, poor pigs.
No, apparently they got high on the cocaine leaf or something. I didn't get looked into it, but it was this meme regarding June, right? Because we're in June, so we've had all the craziness happen each month, and this month is the cocaine
The cocaine pigs.
cocaine crazy hogs. Yeah.
Cocaine crocs, yeah. Just what we needed. We already had murder hornets. We had cucudrulus, and now we have frigging coke top hogs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which incidentally is also the name of another band that I'm part of.
Nice.
Yeah.
How
Coke
did
top
I not know
hogs.
about this?
It's a
The
punk
funny
rock
thing
band.
is the meme had do you remember Cabin in the Woods? And you remember
Yes. I love that
how
movie.
they were I love that movie too. You know how they were taking a bunch of bets as to what monster they were going to unlock and whatever. so, so the picture is him going, okay, who had the cocaine warthogs? That's hysterical. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
man, so good.
Guys,
So good.
if you get the opportunity, you have to watch Cabin in the Woods. That movie, it's
legendary.
something
Oh,
else
yeah,
entirely.
So good, yeah.
Yes, it's so good. So
It's
succulent.
it's exactly what you expect and exactly what you would never expect. It's a little bit of both. You know what I mean? It's just really
A little bit of both, yeah.
a little bit of both. And how many movies can you say that when it comes to expectations? It's exactly what you're going to
Yeah.
expect and even more what you're not going to expect.
Yeah,
It's like, what in
yeah.
the world? Yeah.
It's almost like, being disgusted by an act and then being like, I'm into this.
Yeah.
You know?
That's disgusting. Show me some more. Oh my
pretty
God.
much.
That's hilarious. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. First and foremost, I need you guys to go over to goodgame.rocks if this is your first time and join the conversation there. That takes you right to our Facebook group. And of course, if you're listening to this podcast on any other services around the globe, please like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. What we normally do, guys, is we go into what we have been up to, move on into some various news items, and then finally finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's
This
hot
hot
topic,
topic.
I don't have it up, but it's basically this game is for you.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. No,
It is
you nailed
okay,
it.
okay, nailed it.
You took too much time concentrating on the episode number that
I
you
think
forgot
so.
what the actual episode was about. We get it.
I think
It's
so.
okay.
I think so. Yeah. So essentially, what we have are a couple games. Well, I have two, right? And each of us will have two, and it's one for each of us. Unfortunately, Gilberto is not able to join us for this particular portion, but I do have games for him, and since he's not here, he's essentially just going to be forced to have to play these. But we'll get into that a little later. But the whole
That's
point
awesome
is,
because then I'll give him two now. He'll have four. So that works perfect.
there you go.
He can't complain because he's not here. So
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly. Can't say anything about it. There's
Nope.
no retort from. Wait a minute, wait. Gilberto, do you want to proceed with this? All right, I guess we're
Well,
going with
there you go.
it.
I guess we understood. Yep, that's
uh,
unanimous choice.
yeah. I kid, but yeah. So what it basically is I have, and this goes for both of you. I have um games that I've played that I know you've never, and I know he's never. And I'm like, you know what? I really, really think that if you took a moment, you would actually enjoy it. And even if you wouldn't, maybe you'd appreciate it in a different way. But because it's never been on your radar, or for whatever reason it slipped you by, now is my time to say, here's the game, and here's why. Obviously, I won't spoil or anything, but and same thing for him, and same thing for me, basically. And then, of course, I was also thinking, because I have a feeling that I might have a few extra ones that I want to throw in there. I might shoot one over to Sparrow Wolf just to have a little fun with him.
And
See if.
you know how to play it. Whatever you throw at him, he's up to
Oh
the
yeah,
challenge.
yeah. He'd like, yeah, bring it on, and
Yeah,
then he'll stream it
yeah.
on top of that. So
You probably
uh,
was doing it too. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, so that's definitely so that's what's in store for the hot topic, which will be a little later on the show. In the meantime, let's go ahead and begin with what we have been up to. Mr. David Santos, what's been up?
All right. Well, you guys know. You guys already know the huge release this week.
Yeah.
You guys already know about the huge release this week. We shouldn't be. You know what? We should go straight for it. All right. I'm gonna start talking about it. All right. And you can
Mhm.
follow me along.
Okay.
So Persona 4 Golden was dropped on Steam. Wait, what do you think I was going to talk about? Last of
Uh,
Us 2?
I
I haven't even picked
actually
my copy of it, so I should
was
tell
pretty
you.
sure it was not that, but yeah, yeah.
No. Real quick, just to get out of the way, we'll go into the main event, provided featured by you. But no, I was just very happy to be caught by surprise with this release, even though I've heard word before that this was actually happening. Persona 4 Golden, the Vita version, for those who remember that famous PlayStation handheld,
Yeah.
uh, came out on Steam on PC, and I gotta say they super nailed it on the port job. I mean,
Oh yeah. Okay.
this is I'm back on it. I know at some point I'm gonna probably put it aside for another release and go back. But when I think about when I think of Persona 5, and Persona 5 recently got its new release, and I played it for a bit, and I do want to go back because by God, I need to know how that game ends. Persona 5 Royal, but I started playing Persona 4 and remembering, like, Jesus Christ, this game, this is a PlayStation 2 title, PlayStation 2 graphics, and this game is exponentially so much better than Persona 5, with all the flashiness of the menus and the craziness, and The graphic department doesn't like it the type of
It's
graphic, they're
PS2, yeah.
not photorealistic. They're cartoony type graphics. So um, but that said, the environments and walking through the city and your school and all those places and the dungeons and all that, obviously that PlayStation, the Persona 5 is gonna have a little bit more pizzazz, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A Persona 4, it's gonna be a little bit more subdued in that department because again we you got, have to remember this is a PlayStation 2 game.
Exactly.
Um, but everything else is just so fantastic. It's so much fun. The music, which is phenomenal. Probably one of the best in the Persona series. The story beat, the action, because if Persona 5, I felt like it started really strong and then it peters down like super fast. It takes a nosedive.
Mm-hmm.
This one, no. This one, the mystery is it keeps the mystery as it unfolds, and you're getting bits and pieces. It keeps it fresh. Like you definitely want to go and do more things. Even though the dungeons, the only caveat that I will have to say about the dungeons on Persona 4 is that they are they're not huge, but they are procedurally generated. So
Like Mementos
um,
was. Yeah.
yeah, actually, yes. Like on Persona 5, you have your dungeons, your set dungeons that you have to do the mission wise, and then you have like an area that you explore that is called Mementos, and those are procedurally generated dungeons, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
imagine it's something like that, except that each dungeon is a little bit more varied, but it's still procedurally generated. So I don't like, especially that early procedural generation, the generation of that era. It's not gonna hold up to today's standards. So things look a little bare. Not a lot of detail. But again, it's fine because you're just having so much fun with with everything else, with the you know with the interaction of the characters, with the mystery that you're this student that because your parents have are working overseas, you are sent to the countryside to with your uncle to live with your uncle for a full school year,
Mm-hmm.
and around the same time suddenly there have been these mysterious murders that have been happening in town where um, the like I won't say much, just the first one because it's like I think it shows on the trailer even. Like the first one is, this lady is like hanging out from a TV antenna, like upside down, and you don't know like how how that happened, and then there's a whole thing with being able to go into this like different dimension by accessing it by going through a TV screen at midnight. Crazy stuff. Like, crazy persona stuff. That if you're into the series, like you're gonna love. Persona
Mm-hmm.
3 was great on it. Persona 4, fantastic on it. Persona 5, the idea is there and it's really good. I think the execution is a little lacking because I don't know. Like I said, it started really, really strong and then just peter out. But man, I was so glad to see that game, release on it. The port is spot on. There's no hitches. Hasn't crashed on me once. It doesn't. It's not a game that needs to have a lot of like graphical updates. As a matter of fact, I don't think it has anything other than choosing your resolution.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
not a. I don't think it's a graphic intensive game that it would need to
No.
have.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Or concerns basically. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has keyboard control support, even though you would not want to play this game that way, because why would you?
Yeah.
It's not that type of game. But yeah, man, Persona, and then and the fact that it is the updated version which I haven't. Well, that's not true. For the brief time that I own a Vita, I had that game, and I couldn't put too many hours on it. Um, anyway, to say I haven't really played this particular version of it, it,
Hmm.
it gets me excited that now I will be able to, because I will love, I love the idea of revisiting that, that world, because that thing is fantastic. I think if you, I almost wish that this game would have actually been re-released on consoles to tell you, okay, man, I apologize for Persona 5, but I know this one you will definitely dig. This,
Well,
this
I
is
know.
this.
Yeah, I mean, I remember there were. I mean, I still put 100 and something hours into Persona 5, and at no point do I feel that that was wasted. At no point do I feel that I didn't get enjoyment out of it. It just ran a little long, and that's more my taste. You know what I mean? It's just,
Mhm,
I mean, you and I think share different reasons as to why the game didn't land. You know what I mean? For you, I know
yeah.
a lot of the localization, and then you have the history persona behind you to say, well, they actually excelled in this before, and here this is not as good. So
Mhm,
I don't have any of that. But overall, I still did enjoy it. It's just for me, I feel like the last, or what I think was, I believe it was the last dungeon. The last dungeon just was not particularly designed uh
mhm,
well. You know what I mean? It went on so long, and it was like Jesus Christ. And then the points in between saving were further apart for some reason, or maybe I just couldn't find some. I'm not sure what it was. And
yeah.
at that point, I was already little worn out with the game, because I had already spent so much time on it. I was like, I kind of just wanted to move on. And that's not really the game's fault because Persona is known for being a long game anyway. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
100
I
hours is not, it's
yeah,
not uncommon.
it's there. It's a typical game for them. So because of that, I don't want to. I wouldn't knock points away from it, because I knew that going in, and I said I'll I still feel I can do it, and I
I was
was
surprised that you picked
engaged
it
the
up, to
whole
be
way.
honest with you.
Well, I picked it up because of your suggestion.
I
Your
know,
excitement
and
behind it.
you
So
listened.
yeah. You see, this that would have been, if I did not, that would have been the game that you would probably bring up in this hot topic right now.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
man.
what I
You're
mean?
actually playing Persona. And all kidding aside, I'm in no way I would dare to say Persona 5. It's not, it's not great. Even I will even say that it is great. It has to be. That freaking thing has a 95 on Metacritic right now. For the longest time, so that it already has been reviewed by everybody and their mothers.
Hmm.
So and there's people that say, "Oh no, this is the best Persona. This is the best it has ever been." So,
Yeah,
I'm very hard qualifying it as for me, for my taste, and to be honest, I I mean, I bought, I repurchased, or not repurchased because it's not the same version, but I purchased the edition that is even longer now because it has a
yeah,
whole new a month. So I obviously want to know. I obviously, enjoyed it, and you got really far. You were almost at the tail end of it.
yeah. It was, yeah.
Yeah,
It was like I said,
glad.
and it just I got burned out. Really, I think is the best way to put it. I
Yeah.
got burned out with it, and I'm one of those that I rarely put down a game and then go back to it midway.
Mhm.
um Whenever I put down a game, it's usually for a while, and when I go back to it, it is I got to start the shit over. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
that was a yeah, it's one of those things. So it's like if I put it down, chances are I'm not gonna go back. And I was
Yeah.
desperately trying to finish because I was enjoying myself. So that's really why. But no, I don't take any. I still think I enjoy it. So you don't have to apologize as the one I started with, because I think it was still a good investment on my part.
I just think I just friggin' like Persona 4 so, so much. It's difficult to pick between 3 and 4 because even though I feel like 4 was a little bit more realized,
Hmm.
um, the little bit of a more somber and more serious tone of Persona 3 called, interest me a little bit more. Not to mention that the way they the way that they summon their personas Persona 3 is probably like one of the best ways to summon any any internal monsters or avatars or whatever you want to call them to fight for you. When they grab the evokers, which are basically revolvers, and they put them in their heads and they pull the trigger, and that's basically the way that they are calling the personas. That shit never gets old. Never gets old. I think in Persona 4 it was more like with just like playing cards, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that 5?
I,
I,
5 had playing cards? No, 5 did not have playing cards. I had to before.
yeah, I think it was like you had a card and then you like crush it in your hand, and that was how you summon the persona. And I don't remember how you do in Persona 5. That's how boring it was to summon your personas
In
in Persona
Persona
5. No, I'm
5, you
kidding.
ripped off your mask.
That's the way. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. That's true. You ripped out.
I was gonna
Yes.
say it was pretty gruesome every time you, especially the first time.
Yeah, because it looked like the mask was like part of your face.
Yeah, your face came off with it.
Yeah, your
I was
face
like,
exactly.
whoa. Yeah.
That is what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, wait. You risked you. Why are we discussing this?
I don't know.
I think you ripped out the mask of the mobs that you were fighting, or something like that. Or you did that also.
You did that
Anyway,
also.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
That's how
there you
you
go.
got
All right.
new personas, yeah.
There you go. Persona. And there's people that
Persona.
have never played this game and I have no idea what they're talking about, and this sounds like complete gibberish. It's like, wait, did he mention high school?
Yeah, for real.
It's hey, it JRPGs have suffered have suffered of being very samey lately. And if you ever wish, man, I wish that I could play a JRPG that was, a little bit different, then you should give this game a try because it is very, very different in a
Mm-hmm.
good way. In a good way. So, oh, that's
All
it.
right. That's
Yeah,
all you've been doing.
that's pretty much Persona. No movies, no anything else.
Persona 4 remastered for
Wow,
the
for the
where
PC,
was it?
for Steam.
PC. Okay, PC.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on Steam.
All right, all right. I believe we have our third chair in. Mr. Chaos, are you on with us? Maybe not.
Nope. We're gonna try that again in about 5 minutes.
I guess so. Oh, he's getting his mic stuff set up. I think is probably what's going on here. Okay. In the meantime, I guess. Oh,
We'll play
Google
some
Chrome has
music.
stopped responding.
Oh wow, you're having computer issues,
Damn
son.
Google Chrome. Let me tell you.
Wow. Sure, sure.
You got to use the old school Netscape, man. That's the only way to go.
Netscape. Wow.
Going back, right?
AOL.
Yeah.
You got to go to AOL keyword. Good game. GG.
Do you remember GeoCities?
I do remember GeoCities. That was before people had their spaces and their Facebooks. They have real web pages.
Yeah, it was like, man, everything was GeoCities. I was like, oh man, that was good times. That was good times.
Let me tell you, the 90s was an era of internet discovery. It's probably the best time the internet had.
Yeah.
Now it's everything is Facebook and your identity be stolen by Facebook and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Before, I remember
Now-
being super excited about the next. What?
I think we have a third chair finally. What's up, sir? I hear you, but you're a little bit muffled.
Really? Hold on.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
That sounded perfect. Yeah, wait.
Don't move.
What? I didn't do anything.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Don't move a
Stop
muscle.
doing stuff then.
Yes.
If I didn't move a muscle, I'd be super uncomfortable.
Okay, all right. Get comfortable, but
Take one
don't
for the team,
mess
sir.
with the
That's all I'm
settings.
saying.
Take one for the team, he says. Jesus Christ.
That voice, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Chaos Reaper, aka Hilberto, joining us mid section 1, but it's just fine. So what's going on, sir?
Not much. I have officially gone back to Destiny.
Oh, Destiny 2, right? Not the
Yes,
first
Destiny.
one.
No, of course.
You know,
Dude, but seriously,
damn it.
is
Hey, man,
that thing
just
even alive still?
That's a good question.
Destiny?
I'll
I
look it
think
up.
so,
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
They haven't announced that servers going down. I mean, is anybody playing? That's might be another question entirely.
I
But
was gonna
that's
say, like, who's playing that?
you'll find few people.
Randos.
Yeah, you'll
Wow.
find the randos. Yeah.
Well, I officially gone back to Destiny 2.
Oh man,
There's
so sorry.
there's a lot to do, and the game does a horrible job of guiding you to do anything.
Oh, so it's still
Oh,
Destiny 2, I see.
yeah. I was
Okay.
gonna say, so it's basically the same game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it used to be a lot more hand holding in that game, and as a returning player, there's zero of that. You just keep getting all of these quests, and you don't even know what half of them mean.
Wow.
But Gambit, which is this PVE/PvP mode, has evolved. Now there's Gambit Prime, which instead of it going by rounds, it's just one round, and whoever wins that round, that's it.
That's
And
the gambit.
Oh,
yeah,
winner
yeah,
take all.
that's the Gambit, and also the way the Primeval works, which is the boss fight of Gambit. In regular Gambit, the he spawns with some envoys, which is optional to kill, but usually you should go for them. And in Gambit Prime, you have to kill 3 envoys before you can damage the boss.
So what are the envoys for those of us that are not playing?
Well, it's always a taken boss that comes to that's the boss fight, right? So
Okay.
the envoys are these like taken wizards. You know, like
Okay.
the hive
The one from the
wizards,
moon.
but the taken one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah. Um. So it's all pretty much reskin enemies, which it's still Destiny. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But the shoot, I mean, I definitely like Gambit a lot, and I've been playing it a lot. Since I bought they had it on sale recently,
Mm-hmm.
so it came with the battle pass, so I don't have to pay for this battle pass since I already paid for it, and the rewards are pretty cool. Um, I did the first raid yesterday from like vanilla Destiny 2 with a rank that guild that Dark found. So I kind of like joined
Okay.
them and they ran me through the raid. They explained it like I actually did stuff. I wasn't just getting carried, but I did mostly get carried.
Hey, no judgment, no shame.
you know.
None here.
You just coming back. They should be
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. I'm still just coming back. It's I have a lot to do in that game, and it's a good thing. You know, there's actual content to be played, and I'm looking forward to it. The different armor sets and how you level them up, and all the little nuances they've been adding. I I don't know how long I haven't played this game for because I there's a lot that I don't remember, even from the story, and there's no
Really?
way to like recap. There's no little like just recap button or anything. I'm not like look it up
Previously
somewhere.
in
Yeah,
Destiny 2.
pretty much. You know, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. I've also been playing just the regulars, Apex and Warframe. On Apex, I'm like Battle Pass level 59, I believe.
I see a pattern in the type of games that he plays that he likes, don't you
I
think?
know. It's a
Uh,
shame that
right?
the games I don't hand him later on that he needs to play.
It's almost like he likes the grind.
It's
He does. He
almost.
does.
I am a
Some-
grinder.
Yeah.
I definitely am a grinder. But yeah, I don't think I started watching Mr. Iglesias on Netflix, which is all right. You know, it's a sitcom.
Oh, okay. I
It's,
was going to say, what is it?
it's a Netflix sitcom with Gabriel Iglesias, the
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. He's a teacher in it.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny. It's alright.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's alright.
Hmm.
Oh, I started watching Space Force. That's actually funny.
Is it? Oh,
So
I
they
haven't
did it turn
started it.
out good?
Yeah,
I
so far I haven't
I heard
watched all of it, but it's pretty good. Yeah.
people have been telling me like, yeah, it starts slow, but it actually, the later episodes are a lot more, better than the first
Yes.
couple. So
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
So
The
I've been
setup, man.
enjoying that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, I started the week still playing some Wildfires, which I still love that freaking game. Both of you need to play that shit.
Valfaris,
Uh,
yes, that's a game that I forgot to download. Damn it!
I've
Should
heard
be
a lot
I could
about
have
it.
put in that. Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It is challenging. I'm up to a point right now that I'm in the middle of what you can consider the difficulty spike, but I know it's just getting the pattern. And once you get the pattern, it's because I'm pretty sure I'm towards the end. It's not a long game, so I'm pretty sure I'm towards the end. But anyway, still loving it. I did start playing, or I should say, I got across an advertisement for Gwent on my phone. I was like, yeah, I'm not on
Yeah.
my console for now. I should do that now. It's free anyway, right? Yeah, yeah. So, and I think the conversation came up with mobile game. I don't know what it was, but anyway. So I went, got it on my phone via Android, and the moment I logged in, yeah, all my stuff that I have from GOG, everything I had original stuff is all transferred over. And I'm like, oh, this is
Ah,
wonderful. So I
yeah.
was like, I don't have to start from the beginning. I'm level. I think that one was level 28. I'm already like a level 31 because I've been playing a lot.
Wow.
So
Wait, what
I
game is
was
this?
like, Gwent,
When?
the Witcher card game.
Oh my god.
Yes, exactly. It is. It's still. It's there's new updates and everything, and getting the hand of some of the seasonal battles are a little bit different. Sometimes I right now I I kind of mainline the monster pack deck that I actually created, and and I'm actually very when I play the classic game, I'm actually pretty good at it. I rarely lose, and I have a strategy behind it. I think is really what it is. I kind of reel them in, and then I lose the first round purposefully. But they're like half the time they fall into the trick, which is to slam my characters with a lot of cards and stuff. And then I lose a round purposefully, and then I just kill them on the second two rounds. And then I just walk out the victor. It's a technique that I know that I almost picked up from playing against the the uh, the game itself versus a monster pack. That's kind of how the monster pack always kind of I don't know. That was just a technique that they did, and I was like, well, if I'm going to use this deck, I'm going to use that same technique, and it works really well. But then on some of the seasonal stuff, for some reason, the card abilities have been like disabled for for the purpose of whatever they have going on for the season. That shit throws a monkey wrench into my fucking strategy. I'm like, no, I need my abilities. So I've been sticking to the classic, just the regular classic battles. And then they have a new update coming soon, which is going to have the Man of Mirror. If anybody's played the first DLC for Witcher 3, you know what I'm talking about. Which I can't wait now. Now I got back into it, so probably gonna purchase a few card packs when it actually launches. Um, yeah, man, I don't know. Just kind of got back into Gwen and kind of enjoying the hell out of it. But um,
Did you ever
that's,
get into that? I mean, yeah, I think you did. Oh God, that what was the name of that game? That Witcher game that was
yes,
the
Thronebreaker.
fighting was Stonebreaker. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I did.
For some reason, I
No, I did.
couldn't.
I didn't beat it, but I put a good 30 hours into it. It's basically it's a storyline, and all your
Mhm.
battles are done via the cards. Um, which actually pretty. It was actually pretty good. It's actually very very well voice acted because everything is voice acted.
Yeah,
Even though it plays out like almost like a visual novel, you know what I mean? Because you don't actually see
yeah.
anything. Whenever they're talking, it's kind of have that visual novel look, but really well detailed, animations and the voice acting. The story is actually really fascinating. Um, do recommend that if you're into Gwent, definitely try that. That is not free as opposed to Gwent. You have to pay, and I think it was $30 when it came out, so it may be cheaper now, or it should be cheaper now. So you probably get it for a lot less. But yeah, I did play that. I did play. It was really good. Then of course, as you guys I'm sure know, a little title came out today called was it Persona 4, right? So
Persona 4,
I
yes,
yeah,
yes.
Persona 4 Golden for
Right.
PC.
On
Yeah,
PC,
yeah. It
your
came out
favorite
today.
platform.
Yeah, I know exactly. So I
Man,
did not play that. I ended up playing this other game called The Last of Us 2.
There we go.
oh,
Uh,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry for you, man.
I
There
know,
we go.
I know.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, I will remain spoiler free here. This is an extremely new game, even though apparently it has been spoiled everywhere online. But I will.
We're
Uh,
not gonna be like that.
we're not going to be that for sure. I'm only, by the way, I'm only like 6 hours in, so I'm not, not like I have the majority of the story down. However, everything that has happened up until this point has me in. Like I am in. Like I, when you said when you said we might have to reschedule the podcast, I was like, yes, I can play some more. You know, matter of fact, as soon as you told me that, I went, all right, let me turn back to PlayStation 4 or whatever. And the conversation that happened after that happened while I was pausing the game. Because I am just in. It's so it's if you play obviously if you play Last of Us, the type of the level of detail that goes into it from Naughty Dog, and they have obviously spared no expense in doing that in here. Sometimes the little things like, is that really necessary? But it adds it's one of those Miyazaki. Is it Miyazaki? From Studio Ghibli. It's one of those type of things where if there's one thing that his animes bring is a level of detail that you generally don't see in a lot of other animes, and it's just these little details, just anything as simple as a character standing up from their bed, putting their sandals on, and then they kind of do this little kick to make sure the sandals on, and they keep running. It's an unnecessary thing, right? It seems so small, but this little detail adds, you know, life to that particular character, and so obviously that's the kind of mentality they have
I
here.
mean, it's no horse balls, but
Every time I hear the phrase "spare no expense," all I ever remember is Jurassic Park.
Yes, spared no expense.
Spare no
They
expense.
clearly, yeah, they clearly spared no expense here for that. Overall, the game is beautiful. Um, the characters are great, especially the new characters. I'm digging all of them. I The combat has been improved significantly. I think the characters act a little bit more realistic when they go into crouch mode. I think that there's a dodge ability now, and it's not like a roll dodge like you would in like Dark Souls or something like that. It's
Dark
more like a
Souls.
like yeah, it's more like a I don't know, like a duck. You know what I mean? Like one of the creatures come to hit you with something, and you kind of duck backwards, and it really opens up for a hit coming back. So it works with clickers. So it's like, oh, so this is, this it's a little bit more balanced. Obviously, you're not going to be able to with a clicker. You're not going to be able to smack around as easily as anybody else, but it still works for them, and it doesn't lead to those one hit kills that many, I guess, may not like. It's still stealth preferred. I think you can still get by without it. It's just more of a it's more of an anxiety trip if you do it that way, because it's like, you know, but if you do it right, it feels like awesome. When you've alerted something, and then you just jump over this fence, run around the corner, duck into some bushes, and then they come around, they don't see, they kind of go back, and you throw a rock at one person, and knock them out real quick and move on to the next, and well, what was that? Um it is exactly what I would want from it. It does. There's not a lot of change, other than these little bits and pieces I'm mentioning. Obviously, I'm not going to get into the story, but
how's
overall,
the how's the shooting?
the shooting, originally I think it was pretty similar to the other one. The accessibility options, I went with like the normal difficulty. However, I did turn on aim assist, and which defaults to off. It's not on at all. Um, and I was like, when I turned on, I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I feel like I might be giving an advantage to myself that I don't want. Because I didn't do it in the first one. And the aim assist actually is not. The aim assist is also customizable. You can put a level as to how
Yeah.
much of a customization you want on aim assist.
I heard
And
that the difficulty, the nuance on the difficulty settings, it is like extraordinary,
it
and
is,
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah.
happy to hear that.
Yeah. That's really the only that, and I put on subtitles, which I think originally I didn't have subtitles when I played the first one. I didn't really turn on anything on. Like I said, I went with the normal difficulty. I didn't go easy. I just went with the whatever the default one is.
Hmm.
And the only thing I turned on was that, and I put it at its max. And I figured, let me put it at its max and work my way back a little bit. There's 10 settings within aim assist, guys. Um,
Damn.
so I was like, okay, let me start with, even at the highest, it helps, but it does not give you a huge, it doesn't automatically point you to the head. It points you center mass, which is makes perfect sense, right? Because that's anybody who's been trained to shoot, you've been trained to shoot center mass always. Doesn't always go for the head, you shoot for the body. Now, if you want to move to the head at that point, now you're taking it upon yourself to do so. And obviously, if you get it, then you get it, but you've already lined up towards center mass to the person. And generally, center mass does not automatically kill anybody,
Right.
especially on the difficulty I went with. So that
You'll be
alone
wasting
has,
bullets that way,
yeah,
so
correct. You can still waste bullets that way, but you've already lined up at least center mass, and now you just got to move your way up to the head if that's what you're trying to do.
yeah.
Obviously, no one's standing still, so you're doing this on the fly. So there's still some difficulty behind it, but I think with that type of selection or option, I
Hmm.
think it really definitely improves that for you. And again, you can there's a bunch of other stuff you can do in there, but I really just did that. I didn't turn anything else on or off. I just left it like that, and it's really good. I'm really, 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 really enjoying it. Really enjoy seeing Ellie again. Kind of seeing her after all. It literally feels like the amount of time we haven't seen her. You know what I mean? So you see her again,
Hmm.
and she's older, and she has her little quirks now, and I love the little things that you can tell, like she got that from it's something she picked
Hmm.
up from. Obviously, it's one of those gameplay elements that kind of tell you a story where you go, oh yeah, of course she'd know this because she's been
Hmm.
with Joel this long. Why wouldn't she know this? Those type of things, and it's like I don't know, man. I don't know. I know there's a lot of negative stuff. I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen any of the spoilers. I will happily go into it afterwards, but as of right now, it's I'm enjoying it. So really good stuff. And
There you go. A 3 out of 10.
Hey man, I'm glad
From
you're
what I'm
enjoying
hearing.
it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Keep us posted on it, will you?
for sure, for sure. I've actually taken some video. I haven't posted it, obviously. I'll probably wait a little bit to do that. And then some images that just kind of stick out. There's some little things that happen. I'm just like, yeah, this didn't need to be. I see why, but you didn't really need to put this here. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's just my personal whatever. But overall, like I said, it's really good stuff. And then I've seen a couple things, but most of it's been rewatches and stuff like that. But I did watch yesterday a documentary on Netflix called 13th, and I think this is a thing. This is a doc. I don't know if anybody likes documentaries like I do, but if you do, um, definitely this is worth the watch for the information and for just stuff that you never put together until all the facts are presented to you and you go, well, of course, why didn't I think of that before? You know what I mean? 13th has to do with the 13th Amendment. So for those who don't know what the 13th Amendment is, that is the amendment to the Constitution that abolished slavery. And so what the actual documentary is about is it kind of explains why when one went away, other forms kind of took its place, and then that went away, and then something else kind of took its place. And when you really kind of go through the history, it's just been changing. You know what I mean? It takes a different form. For whatever reason, maybe it's not as bad if you go back to the days of lynching or anything like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's almost essential to watch, because I love the fact that the way it was presented was, here are the facts, right? And
Yeah.
when you just go with, here are the facts, here's where we got it, here is why we're coming to, it's those, you do have some opposing views in the actual documentary as well, where it's like, no, we're not, this is not meant to be that, we're not trying to say that we're trying to do this against minorities, blah 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 blah. So you have the opposing views as well. It's not just one-sided, which is what you would want from a documentary to just kind of show you, hey, this is where it's at, this is how we're coming, and then literally puts it to you to go, when you put it together, what do you think? You know what I mean? When you put two and two together, do you get four like everybody else does, or do you get three or five like some of these people do? So it's absolutely. I finished it, and I just it's not. When I say it's good, I mean it's so well done, and it shines a light on something that I think a lot of people don't see, and a lot of people claim they see, but they don't see. And coming, being, obviously a minority myself, and when I look at it and I go, even I'm going, man, how did I not put two and two together there? You know what I mean? And I'm, I fit squarely into minority category. So those who are not and say they get it, I'm like, I think you might want to look again just to make sure. You know what I mean? It's just it's a fascinating in the sense that it's disturbing. You know what I mean? That it's there, and I cannot recommend this higher. As I said, I feel it's essential. It's not preachy, and I think that's important, because I think a lot of people don't want to feel like they're being preached at, and I get it. No, I get that 100%. It's not that. It's just saying, here's where it is. Here's how it happened. Here are the facts. Look at it right here. This is the video of it. This is you know what I mean? Here's the text. Here's the old document from the day of whatever. When it's not saying we didn't just make this up. Here, look, here it is. And so because of that, I think I kind of want to watch it again, because it's a lot of information. Not overwhelming in any way. It's just like when they present something new and it kind of hits you, you kind of almost forgot the last thing that they showed you, because it's like, whoa, man, this is crazy. So anyway, that's 13th. It's a Netflix documentary, so it's on Netflix. It's not anywhere else, and it is essential as far as my opinion goes. So
now we know.
Yep.
Sarah, I think somebody's trying to tell you that you're going over your time.
Okay.
As per the dings. I don't know if you heard them, but
I
yes.
did hear the dings. I apologize. I didn't realize I was being.
I'm sorry. That's I went back to iPhone.
Oh,
okay. Well, can you tell your iPhone to shut the fuck up while we're doing the podcast? That'll be very good.
See what happens with iPhones? They have no respect.
No, they don't care.
Hey, I'm here. Listen to me.
It's just I got the Motorola Edge Plus, but it was lagging, like when I was on Facebook or just scrolling on the internet, it would like lag and freeze every now and then. I was like, it's a week old phone. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to iPhone and whatever. So I got an iPhone 11.
I don't blame you. I when you mentioned going to the Motorola, I was like, okay, give it a shot. If you're able to switch it in and out, sure, why not? But I didn't think you were going to have a good experience with it.
Well, damn.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all that we have been up to.
Go ahead.
I agree. I would probably like it. Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not saying I would not. The reason I didn't buy it is, or didn't even try to get it, is more because of who's behind it, and secondly,
Respawn.
the no, behind it,
Well, that's
and
EA.
and it felt to me like this game was just a hey guys, we've listened and we've heard, and we promise this is going to be great, and it's going to be this, and it's going to
totally
be that.
Yes.
And it feels like, when you look at some of the stuff that's in there, and you're like, okay, this is a lot of options. I wonder if there was a pay scale behind all this at one point.
At some point.
And they had to, drastically turn around, So it's like, at that point, I'm like, okay, so do I credit them for doing a hard reverse when they've been getting slammed left and right with all their other crap? Or do I call it for what it is and going, hey guys, we can't do this again. Let's take some time off. Let's get them what they want. Let's let them chill for a moment, and we'll get them again when Squadrons comes out.
Yes. So you reward this one because this one they reversed it. They listened. They reversed it, and then the other ones, if they do it again, then fuck you again. That's why although I'm very excited about this Star Wars Squadron game, I will not be like, I will hold off until reviews, until I see what do they have in mind, because they're already pricing it at $40, which is like, okay, that's kind of low for what you're presenting. So where's the catch here?
Yeah.
Where, like, I feel like this is, and also, they super fucked it up with Battlefront 2. So I don't even blame anyone. I don't even blame you for saying, hey, nope, ya la cagaron. They're not gonna. They're not. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
You shit the bed already.
Yeah. It's. I'm never trusting you again. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I get that. I get that. But I can't say, and I know you're not saying this either. That that attempt to make right, even if it was fake, even if they were just begrudgingly saying, well, fuck it, fine, we're not gonna have microtransaction on this one, but we'll be back.
And I really feel
have to admit that, hey, you have to admit that, hey, it's good. They didn't fuck it up on Jedi Fallen Order.
No, see, that's the thing. It's not that they didn't fuck it up. It's that they felt that they couldn't fuck it up, because they were probably going to fuck it up, with intent to fuck it up. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, yeah. So it wasn't that they chose not to. It was sort of like, well, it kind of got painted into a corner. And so
we can't guilt them for something that did not commit. I mean,
honestly, you're right. You cannot. But when you look at all the evidence, it's like it's just not the same. It's just like it's still, there's still a level of grime within there where I'm just like, and I can almost like picture the boardroom conversation where they go, so our sales expectations for Jedi Fallen Order did not meet expectations, even though I'm pretty sure it sold well.
It actually surpassed it, to be fair. I'm sorry. So I'm not sales projections. What I mean more is their revenue projections is not what their original thing is, because they had to eliminate said revenue stream that they probably already had it ready to go. Yeah. And so that's the part where it's not meeting what they want, or rather what they were hoping for. So anyway, it is time, guys, for the useless news that you can use. Oh, well, yeah! I don't know what the fuck you were expecting.
Why did you stop like that?
I know. What kind of reaction did you expect us to be?
Honestly,
we don't even have a jingle for it.
I we should probably get a
We
jingle.
should.
At least we'll know.
Breaking
No, that's one
news.
already used. That was already used somewhere else.
Oh man.
Yeah. Although I don't know if
Your
it's
brother.
trademarked, but it's already used somewhere.
Yeah.
It's definitely used somewhere else.
Yes.
Oh my god. I will start with the first piece, guys, and it
Fine.
is some devastating information. Although probably for good reason, but still, I am devastated. Cyberpunk 2077, originally planned for a September release date, has in fact been delayed. It has been delayed now to November 19th, of course, coming to PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. Obviously, this means it'll probably come out concurrently with next gen consoles. So that would probably be the version that I be getting.
Guys, no, please stop this. Stop. Why is everybody thinking that the reason for the delay is because of this?
No.
Because
I
of
don't
the-
think it's I don't think it's because of that. I'm just saying, well, if it's gonna line up with that, I might as well get the new version.
Well,
That's my reason.
don't hold your breath because that's not what's happening. The new versions will come, and you'll get a free upgrade. Actually, that said, you're not gonna get the PS5 version first in whenever they decide to release this year. You're still, if you want to play Cyberpunk as soon as it comes out, then you're gonna be stuck playing the PS4 version on your shiny PS5. Unless you really decide to wait, and then
I will probably wait and then.
Really? I
also
highly doubt it.
I mean, I'm with him though.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game anyway. So if there really is nothing on the horizon that I'm not going to be playing, then maybe I'll jump into it. But if there is, then I would wait for an expected lull, because I know if it's anything like Witcher 3, it's like I know I need time to really sink my teeth into this.
You grabbed Witcher 3 on a good lull. It was
a
like
huge
exactly
lull. It was nothing that summer.
Yeah,
or nothing on my radar for that summer.
Exactly.
And then my schedule, my life helped me to play a little bit more than normal. So I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish Cyberpunk if it's anything like The Witcher 3. But that said, spoilers on another piece of here. They also did confirm that Cyberpunk 2077 will be backwards compatible with PlayStation 5 and Series, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series at launch when those next gen consoles are released later this year.
So I know you. I trust you both have very good, well intentions on waiting for the PS5 version to actually play the game. I'm just saying here that you guys are not, and we can mark it down so we can remember this conversation. Neither one of you are gonna be waiting that long.
Well, it depends how long it is. I mean, really. Developer
it's not gonna be within 3 months. They're gonna have the next one. It's at the very least. At the very least, it'll be 6 months. At the very least. If I had to guess, I'm not confirming that. I'm not confirming that. I'm just saying that's what I think.
I know what you're saying as far as the upgrade, which they also mentioned a later upgrade to Cyberpunk 2077, taking full advantage of next gen hardware, will be available for free down the road.
Or you can play the latest version, the next generation version when it comes out on PC immediately on release. That's all I want to say.
Sure.
And you don't have that way. You don't have to wait.
Sure.
The definitive edition. That's all I say.
That's only you will say. Oh man.
And the 3 people in the group that are PC gamers, all right? You guys back me up on this. You're gonna be picking up Cyberpunk on PC on Steam on day 1.
With all its upgrades already in place.
Exactly, and your NVIDIA drivers already downloaded.
Make sure you have the latest Excel. Make sure your Microsoft Office is updated. You got to have all that good
Dude.
stuff in there.
A quick side note. I promise. I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh, I'm
But
done. I'm done. Whoever takes the next piece after this.
okay. I'll go there. Oh, or Chaos can go next. But hold on. Um, there was another game that I wanted to at least have something to talk about, and this week, and that was Fantasy Star Online 2. Fantasy Star Online 2 is has been already available on PC for a little bit. The the launch was exclusive to the Microsoft Store on
Mm-hmm.
PC for some reason. Um, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and and try it at least. It's a free to play game. I mean, and I played this before actually when I downloaded the Japanese version like 2012. I think I did that. Anyway, I was looking to try it to see if it'll caught my interest, but I don't understand, man. How is it that for the last how long have we had Windows 10 already? 5 years? 5, 6 years, maybe more.
Something like that. I can see
So
why.
that we had Windows 10. How is it that the stupid fucking Microsoft Store, their App Store, it's still completely useless? You remember the reports that came out about that, when this game was released and how it was a cluster fuck disaster for people that were trying to download the game. Can you believe
5 years.
shit is still ongoing? Windows 10 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they still haven't been able to fix the Microsoft their own app store. They have Steam, they have GOG, they have Epic, they have Origin, they have Uplay, they have all those other people um, bringing software, downloading platforms for games in this particular case. But they have all that available, and all of them have been able to nail it. Somehow, their own Microsoft Store is still useless. I tried to download that game 3 times, and I was always getting the same weird ass error message, which is weird because all the other Xbox games that I've tried to download, like when Forza releases and Gears of War and all that, haven't given me that much trouble. But this one, for some reason, is like it's broken, and I'm like, how is
Obviously
it
they're not
possible?
looking into it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. They're
You're
not
right.
looking into it.
You're
You know what I
right.
mean?
They're
It's
not looking
not
into it.
on their. They're like, hey, it runs. Let it run. You know what I mean?
They
It's
say
like yeah, it's what it is. That's the only
this is the
way.
same. This is the same error message that a lot of people were complaining from like years and years ago. And then you go to the Microsoft, you try to Google the troubleshooting or at least a workaround, and all you get is it's the stupid responses that I bet they're automated. I bet they're bots answering those. They're not real people. They're you know have you rebooted your computer or some shit like that? It's so
God.
stupid, dude. Oh my god, Microsoft, piece your store, get your shit together, because if you can't get your shit together on your main revenue, then how can I trust Xbox? How can I trust the brand? Even though I understand that they're kind of separated, but they're not really.
Hmm.
Anyway, I just needed to vent on that one because that would have been something else to share that I've been doing, but I couldn't.
I don't blame you.
No.
Mr. Chaos, your piece.
I am
Say your
here.
piece. All right.
We know.
Back to you.
Oh, so EA had the Play Live 2020 press conference yesterday at 7 p.m. They
Right?
had.
Mad fucking late.
I'm reading this off the Verge, and the title is here: the 5 biggest announcements from the EA Play Live 2020 press conference. Starting off with Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch and Steam, and adding cross-play support.
I did not
Nice.
know. I did not know that it was coming for Nintendo Switch. Really?
Yep.
Oh, you did? Yeah, yeah.
You don't care about Steam? Because fuck Steam, right? It's all about that Epic Game Store. We know. We know. I see you, Dream.
sucks, Steve. Actually, yeah. How come that game is not on? I was about to praise them with the recent reveal of games coming out on Steam, and getting them out of that stupid Origin
Origins.
store. But where is Apex?
Well, it'll be there soon.
Oh, I better.
I don't see any dates here.
Mhm. No, it's just announced. They don't have any
Oh.
specific dates on that. Yeah.
Wait. Did they say that it's coming to Steam?
Yeah, dude, yeah. That's like I'm gonna read this.
Oh.
Okay, word for word. Apex Legend is coming to Nintendo Switch and Steam and Switch and Steam, and adding crossplay support. Which, by the way, that crossplay support, it's exciting to finally see it as a standard.
Yes.
I mean, it should have been a long time ago, but I'm glad it's finally moving in that direction.
Agreed.
Thank you, Rocket League,
Yeah,
for that time that you supposedly proved
by
it by
mistake,
accident.
flicked the switch and it was on.
I leaned on the wrong button. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. The next one is EA is bringing The Sims 4, Titanfall 2, and more to Steam as well. It says other games listed is A Way Out, Dead Space 3. Sorry.
Of all the Dead Space, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Wow.
That is the space.
You brought out the one that made a visceral look at the flowers.
Wow.
Wow.
Visceral. They got eviscerated for that one.
Yeah, just look at the flowers, visceral. Just look at the flowers. Look at the pretty flowers. BAM!
Wow.
That's a Walking Dead reference if nobody gets it.
What soon's gonna happen to BioWare is what I'm hearing.
Oh, BioWare is borderline. They're looking at them, and the flowers are off to the left. Just you want to look at them? You better watch out. You're gonna end up looking at those goddamn flowers. Rocket Arena is an all-new multiplayer hero shooter coming July 4th. I haven't looked at the trailer of this, but for what it looks like, it's a Overwatch competitor that's just most likely going to get buried by Overwatch. Even
Probably,
though
yeah.
Like that's.
It's a little bit more cartoony, and I believe it's 3-on-3, or at least to start out, it's 3-on-3. So I don't know.
It's a different spin on it. I haven't looked at the trailer, and I mean, I could click on it here, but I'm not gonna play it while I'm reading the news.
Of course.
It does say that it will be launching on July 14th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, with support for both Origin and Steam on Windows. It's it's a hero shooter in the vein of Overwatch with a cartoony aesthetic and a cast of 10 characters. 10 characters? What is wrong with you?
Wait, hold on.
I recall Apex launching with 8, so
there you go. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say
yes, but Apex wasn't going for the Overwatch crown.
it was going for another crown that was the Battle Royale. Yeah,
the Battle
Royale. It was going for another crown. Yeah,
and
the crown it was going for. Yeah, it did.
It took it for a while, so but yeah, I mean, I can only hope. Maybe
we'll see. Yeah,
I'll look at the trailer and see if it's interesting in any way. Since honestly, I haven't played Overwatch in so long. If there's anything like Reaper in that game, I might go for it to see it just die within a week.
Hey, that's what might make or break this game. If Chaos gives the seal of approval.
I mean, I did buy Battleborn just to see it be buried by Overwatch. Like, I have the box. I have the physical copy of Battleborn.
Yikes! Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You have a collector's item now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, hold on to it, man.
The next, it's like I have the whole thing there. Star Wars Squadron's first gameplay trailer shows off an exciting space combat. Man, I feel like muting you guys and watching this just to see if it's good.
You should fucking watch it. You should fucking watch it. Yeah.
All right. Next person that's reading
the middle of it.
Next person that's reading news, I'll give it a look.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you fucking stole mine, so what the fuck,
I stole yours. Listen. You take that up to Mad Dog.
I was gonna talk about Squadron. only, but that's okay. Go
Okay,
ahead.
then you know what? You talk about it, like you give me a little bit more because I haven't seen the trailer and you have, so you tell me about it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, all right, all right. Fair enough. So basically, EA announced Star Wars Squadron, their next big Star Wars game. It will be released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 2nd, and will support crossplay. Uh, while the PC and PS4 version will also support VR. What is VR, my dog?
It's this
What does
thing
that
called
stand for?
virtual reality, and
Ah.
it's basically reality that's virtual. I mean, that's kind of in the
Oh,
name.
okay.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think I saw that like on.
It was very popular in the '90s.
yeah, exactly. Especially, actually, it started off in the '80s with these movies. You know, and it was a
The
little bit
Lawnmower
crude.
Man. I remember.
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
There you go. Okay. All right. So finally, the final realization of the Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, it only took 30 years. Yeah.
We should have a Lawnmower Man remake. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Uh, Squadrons, not to be confused with Rogue Squadron, like someone wanted to call it, will focus on space combat featuring first person starship action. The game takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi. Based on the trailer IA release, it appears Squadron will include various ship designs seen in the original trilogy films as well as Rogue One. It will feature both multiplayer game modes and a single player campaign. The campaign starts two small groups of fighter pilots, one part of the New Republic and the other part of the remnants of the Empire after the destruction of the second Death Star. And then online multiplayer will be 5v5 with support crossplay. Uh, and then this is the part that worries me just a little bit, but
Well, the part that
players
is done by EA? No, I'm just kidding.
well, aside from that, players can earn and unlock customization items to improve the performance of their ship and change how it looks. Through EA stress in a press release that these items can only be earned solely through gameplay. So they actually had to say, no, no, guys. So no loot boxes, it seems. That's probably the right choice considering the last time EA included loot
For
boxes in a
now.
Star Wars game. Yeah, exactly. Also, I put or did I mention for now? They didn't quote that. They only said solely through gameplay.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, you
then
did say that.
the guy reporting said so no loot boxes it seems. Um, anyway, last time I remember it was Battlefront 2, a game that I've actually I heard a lot of people like are still playing this, and I'm like, you guys don't remember how you guys is how easy you guys forget.
Well,
But
technically, I have the game, and I believe that you, me, and Chaos have a date to get together and play it, which was the reason why I even tagged it and downloaded it. So, yeah, that's happening.
okay, all right. Oh, we got it. Oh shit, I guess we got it.
Yeah.
This new Star Wars game is being developed by Motive Studios, the same developer who worked on the single player portion of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Okay, then, all right, then that's all we needed to know. Forget about this then.
And
that
the game
that's
is over.
that single player campaign was garbage. Yes, there's honestly, I don't want to say anymore after that. It kind of like my hopes went like, wah, wah.
Mm. Mr. Chaos, I think there was a fifth item on your top five.
Yes, last and apparently certainly not least, a new skate game is coming. Much
What?
to the delight of the skate enthusiast that I am very much not included in.
Nor
There
I,
are a lot of people that are though.
but they are.
Not
Yes.
neither am I, but more because I didn't play it, not because of any hate or anything like that. I heard it
So
was good.
I heard it was good, but how does it compare to the good Tony Hawk games? I mean, did it make Tony Hawk look like second grade skateboarding, or what
I heard he
what
was
is it that?
more. I heard he was a little bit more simulation-y, and
Okay.
but somehow like they must have done something right because it had its fan base, you know.
Hmm.
But then again, To- Tony Hawk. it's, it's at the beginning, you know, for the first few games, that shit was amazing, you know. And I didn't want this, you know, a sim action skateboarding
Skateboard.
game. I wanted
All
something
right.
that would let me go crazy and wild like Tony Hawk.
I gotta read this because it's something that I think Dreamer mentioned earlier. It says, we don't know much about this one, but EA saved the revival of its much-loved skate series as a quote-unquote one more thing surprise at the end of its press conference. Chris Cuz Perry, the game's director, said, it's the beginning. The skate evolution continues. So it sounds like it's very early, but Skate 4 has been a constant request from gaming fans for years. And Perry even acknowledged the meme-worthy moment by saying, you commented this into existence.
Yeah, what I was mentioning.
Yeah.
Every, all the comments on the social media was always hashtag skate 4, hashtag skate 4. So
So
hey, they're listening, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are also listening because apparently you can quit your nagging because there's going to be a new Crash Bandicoot game.
can't
According to a
quit your
listing
nagging.
Woo!
by the notoriously leaky Taiwan Digital Game Rating Committee, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, exists. And it's definitely coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. As for PC, Activision has made it a habit of releasing its Crash Bandicoot remasters on PC about a year after the console version, so it'll probably come out, but not straight away. Here's a quick description as to what the game is about. Crash is relaxing and exploring his island in his time, 1998, when he finds a mysterious mask hidden away in a cave called Lani Loli. That's a good name. The mask is one of the quantum masks and apparently knows Aku Aku, Crash's masked friend. With the quantum mask returning and the quantum rift appearing around our heroes, they decide to bravely head through the different times and dimensions to stop whoever is responsible. So yeah, Crashy B has a new game. There isn't much. I mean, it's a leak technically, but considering all the specifics that's out there, it's pretty much
I mean,
it's a
which
real
is the
thing.
detail? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
also
It's too detailed
box
to ignore.
art. Yeah, I think this is pretty much confirm unconfirm, you know, at this
Yes,
time.
exactly.
And
And then
man,
Taiwan's committee,
yeah,
they're just known
usually
for
when
throwing
it's
shit out
there,
there.
we know for a fact. Yeah,
Yeah.
if only they would have announced something like that on the PlayStation 5 reveal, and I could have taken the cup.
You could have,
I could have,
but you
yeah.
didn't. Actually, you shared the cup with Chaos. So,
I don't share my cup with no one.
anybody have any more pieces?
I got something.
Yes.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go. He has
okay.
something too.
Yes. I wanted to say this earlier because it was related to one of the 5 articles that I read, 5 entries that I read. But Apex Legends is having a new event called Lost Treasures starting June 23rd, and it runs until July 7th.
Whoa.
Oh
Okay.
shit! My birthday.
Yes. So, hey, happy birthday. So, it's going to have what they're calling apparently a new town takeover, which is where a certain part of the map is dedicated to one of the characters, like Mirage's party ship and Bloodhound's little trial area, and what is it? It's, Octane's, I don't know, it's like a skate park looking thing. It's going to be Crypto. Crypto's map room promises to give players further insight into his motivations, so it's likely that we'll learn a bit more about his past. And keeping with the high-end tech we usually see him sporting, his new top-of-the-line layer will be fitted with tons of screens, a digital 3D map of Kings Canyon, and a huge green satellite. Something else that apparently they showed on the trailer. I started watching the trailer, but I didn't finish. I started looking for an article. Is
I
that
gave
they're
you
gonna?
time, sir, while I was giving my piece of news.
Oh yeah, believe me, because they had the trailer on the other news piece. So while you were talking, I was like, I kind of scrambled a little bit to find this. The new trailer also concludes with Crypto opening one of the bunkers that mysteriously appeared on Kings Canyon map at the beginning of season 5, which I have found a few, and they're all closed. This says that considering that the one sandwich between salvage and water treatment already has a countdown timer, I did not know this. This suggests that we should be able to have a closer peek at what's inside next week. Um, they're gonna have the new limited time mode, Armed and Dangerous Evolved, which is good lord.
Oh,
Oh, so you start with the Evil Armor. If you guys don't know, the Evil Armor is an armor that you pick up at level 1 and only has 25 points of shield. Once you do certain amount of damage, it goes up to level 2, which has 50, level 3 has 100, and level 4 has 125, which is shown as a red shield. Looks pretty fucking awesome. What else do they have? The Mirage Heirloom set, which from the trailer apparently it's like an Oscar statue of him, like a golden statue of him that he's holding in his hand.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So event price track containing 2 legendary weapon skins, 24 event cosmetics, and a new special offers page on the store, so you can spend more money. But yeah, this looks. I saw some of the skins; they look nice. So I'm probably gonna give this a shot. I don't know if I'm gonna. I might as well just go full at it and get as much as I
Let's
can.
be real. You're definitely
Yeah, I was
gonna.
gonna say.
Come on.
Yeah,
I have
well,
no doubt there.
the thing is that I'm also like, I guess I'm also doing. I'm kind of like full on Destiny as well too. So I got 3
Oh,
game as service that I'm playing. That all 3 of them have battle passes, and I won all 3 of them.
you are part of the problem, sir.
I know.
I just
This,
know.
you know
I
what it
just
is.
know.
What do you know, sir?
I was gonna say. I just know that after the hot topic this week, you will be taking time off to play something different. That's all I know.
Okay. It's
Oh.
just
That's all I know.
it's the sense of progression. It's that's that sense of progression.
No,
You
I
know
know.
that,
I get your. I
that's
get your.
that's really it. So I'm enjoying my progression on Destiny since it's pretty consistent right now because I'm not at max light level. So
I do
everything
like
I
progression.
yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
like the grind because you progress, you feel stronger. Then you get to a point where you're comfortable and you're tackling like the hardest challenges, and it's challenging, but it's not impossible. It's like between borderline hard, but it's satisfying to do. I like that. So as long as they keep feeding me that, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that
All
that's
right.
it. That's all the pieces that I got. I even stretched that out as much as I could. Because
No,
I
that'll
went
Good
through
work.
job,
a,
man.
I went through a lot of pieces that was like, I don't care, don't care. Last of
Okay,
Us 2,
nope,
Last of Us
nope.
2, Last of Us 2, don't care, don't care, Last of Us 2.
I know that was my feed. It's like, oh, and everybody had a fucking walkthrough for the game. I'm like,
Oh
let
yeah,
people
it's
play the game in peace.
Last of Us 2 and PlayStation 5. That's all there is.
I know that's my life. Um, I do have a piece here. Let's see, where was it? Okay, here we go. No smart delivery like solution on PS5. Upgrades from PS4 at publisher's discretion, is the report. It appears that Sony has not adopted a unified upgrade program for PS4 games migrating to PS5. One of the Xbox Series X biggest advantages is the Smart Delivery Service, a platform feature that ensures players buy one copy of the game they own. They no play the sorry Players that play the buy one copy of the game own it on subsequent basically. Many expected Sony to have a similar scheme for PS5, but this might not actually be the plan. Following this week's news that Madden's NFL 21 will offer the same upgrade path across PS5 and Xbox Series X, Japanese site GameSpot contacted Sony Interactive Entertainment of Japan, yes, to clarify whether players can expect a smart delivery style solution on PS5. According to a local PR, Sony is leaving it up to the publishers to decide how and when to offer cross gen upgrades. In other words, There doesn't appear to be a unified system, meaning publishers are free to set their own rules and limitations. Another interesting wrinkle in this news is that EA confirmed in the Madden 21 game press release that owners of the physical version of the game on PS4 will not be able to upgrade to the digital version in case they opt for the diskless PS5 digital edition. Something else to have in mind if you're deciding to go for the digital edition of the platform. This isn't particularly surprising, seeing that EA cannot verify ownership of the physical copy without the existence of the disc. It is, however, interesting that each platform holder has its own approach to cross-gen upgrades. And as a side note, it is also worth keep in mind that Microsoft doesn't mandate smart delivery, so publishers who sign on there will likely offer the same courtesy to PS as they do to PS4 and PS5 owners. So I remember that it's not every game that is going to be released on Xbox that has smart
Yeah, I was going to
delivery.
say it is every first party game.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, not every game.
And then publishers are going to decide for the third party. So.
And so far, CD Projekt Red said, "Yep, it'll be free."
Yep.
You know what I mean?
CD Projekt Red, God bless them.
I know.
They are above
guys.
and beyond, always and forever.
Always.
Because they can easily double dip. Because as we can see, there probably be a few people that will be okay double dipping.
I would be okay double dipping. You guys think Square Enix is going to give me another free upgrade?
And the reality is,
no.
It's their product. They really don't have to. You know, it's nothing saying that you need to. So,
you could have given me some level of hope. God damn.
Hey,
I mean, look at Rockstar.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. They may, but if they don't, it's not wrong that they don't. You know what I mean? It's just it's consumer friendly if they do, but it's also business smarts if they don't. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, it is what it is. But it is cool that you have some who are jumping in front saying, no, we'll do it. We'll do it. It's about time, essentially, is how they're probably looking at it going. It's about time that,
It's about time.
It's about time. I have no further pieces of news other than the fact that I want you guys to. I was thinking of making this the trailer of the week, but I think
I was just going to ask about that. Are we ever going to do another trailer of the week? We haven't had one in a while.
Well, to be fair, there's not a lot of movies coming out because no one's going to the theater. So that's really the reason why.
I mean, there's nothing coming out to like any streaming service that looks interesting. Anything?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we did. The last one we did was shit. Space.
Yeah.
What was it? Space.
Oh,
Space Force. Thank you. Couldn't even think of the name. That was actually the last one we did, and that's coming to Netflix. But before that and after
Netflix.
that, at the time it was coming.
Oh,
this particular one, I don't know if anybody has seen this. You know what? I'm going to start with. I'm pretty sure no one's seen this film but myself, and that is called Train to Busan.
I've gone over it a couple of times. I haven't watched it.
Okay, so and I know, David, you haven't do it. You don't even have to chime in. So in 2016, that film was South.
But you're right.
It's a South Korean zombie thriller, and yeah, I get it. Zombies are played out, whatever. However, this particular one was actually stood out because of the way they essentially presented it. All the action took place essentially on a train going to Busan. If you didn't catch that, so
wow, that was such a mystery where the train was going this whole time.
Oh, you just spoiled the movie then.
Some people didn't catch it. So
I'm not gonna watch it now. You spoiled it already. Like I know where it's gonna end. I know where it's going to end.
To end Busan.
Yes.
So this one is within the same world. It takes place. First off, you need to see that one. It's a very good movie. Mrs. Dream Twister should watch this. If she hasn't already, she probably has. But if she has not, you definitely want to mention that to her.
Probably have not.
Yeah, because she's like The Kingdom, which is a Korean zombie show. And this one, although The Kingdom takes place back in God knows how long ago. But this is actually more contemporary. Anyway,
Yeah.
this film takes place 4 years after the events of Train to Busan. It's called Peninsula. And it's basically a new movie that seems to be a mix between Train to Busan, The Terminator, and The Last of Us. And so, yes, it was selected to compete at 2020's Cannes Film Festival. However, due to COVID,
So let me get this straight. So it's a movie about fungus and zombified people, right? That take over people and make them zombies, and a time traveling murder machine.
That's not what the Train to Busan is. Train to Busan, like I said, is just your.
No, I'm talking about Peninsula.
Yes.
You said it was a mix of all these things. So it's like fungus infected zombies and a time traveling killing machine.
And one angry lesbian too.
And one angry lesbian. Yeah.
What?
What?
I mean, hello. That's all the aspects of all those three things right there. Oh, by the way, there's a train because it also takes elements.
That's the train.
And Busan. Busan is also involved. The city of Busan.
But I'm guessing this movie just starts at Busan, right? Because the train already got there.
No, it ends up because it's going there.
The first one ends at Busan because it's
right. That's what I'm saying. It's a sequel, so it starts in Busan, right? Because the train already got there.
It's called Train to Busan, not Train from Busan.
The new one is called Peninsula.
Attention, sir. Are you paying attention?
Not really.
Oh my God.
Anyway, my point is to say, if you have, and I know a few people who have seen the film, if you have seen it, check it out. It's coming soon to theaters, and obviously it will shortly there come after
theaters. Really?
Yeah, apparently that's what it says.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Yeah. This summer.
They're hopeful.
I mean, fuck COVID, right? Shit.
Fuck COVID. Right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't say that enough. I don't feel.
I agree.
It's gonna be.
We need to say that more often.
Yeah.
That, guys, is all we have for our news. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our hot topic.
Hot topic. Gonna capture you know what?
Now I'm shy.
On that note, we, gentlemen and ladies who are listening, maybe not, are back with our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic.
Hot topic.
Our hot topic again, guys, is this game is for you. And as I mentioned before, we have looked.
Bud Light for you.
Yes. Was it that? Is it Bud Light? This Bud's for you. This Bud's for you.
Bud's for you, yes.
So yes, we have looked into the long history of buds that we have played and decided on one game each for our fellow co-hosts that they should and will play. The timeline on this is fluid. Obviously, we have a major game out, Last of Us 2, and Ghost of Tsushima comes out next month as well.
Oh shit, I forgot about Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. So, but hey, Cyberpunk 2077 has delayed, so that's not happening.
There you go.
You have an opening at some point. So, I think the timeline's fluid, but somewhere we'll give it a few months for all of us to be able to play these. And either we will review them throughout, under the normal standard, what we've been doing, or we'll just compile them together and just do it in a follow-up episode. But it's time to settle what games we are referring to. So I'm going to actually throw the ball over to Mr. Dream Twister and say, yes, you, my friend, will start with just one, either for me or for Chaos, whichever floats your boat, I guess, at this point.
That sounds good. All right. So, my dear friend Chaos Reaper, I give you a lot of
good.
I give you a lot of shit every now and then, and I feel bad for it. Actually,
I've been called
on that multiple times by my wife. She tells me, "Don't be so mean to that guy." It's like, but it's chaos. He could take it. He could take it. He's all right. I love that guy.
I
And
can
she's
most
like,
certainly
"Well, you're
take it.
not showing that." And I'm like, "Yeah,
But
okay.
I know it. It's okay.
I I should exert some control." And I'm way out of line sometimes, and I feel like I said, I should control myself. So I'm gonna hand you that game. Actually, you should fucking play Control. I think,
Oh, there it is.
I think, I
Wow.
think, and I don't know if you're actually. To be fair, I don't know if you have played it. We try to find
Wow.
out if you have.
He has not.
Wow.
He has not.
I
I actually,
haven't.
I checked your trophies.
My
You
trophy
have
for that.
not.
But let
uh,
me hit you with something like the coincidences are like unreal levels right here. Because I went to a friend's house yesterday and he actually let me control.
Oh shit!
yes,
Meant to
yes,
be.
it was
Meant to
meant to
be.
be.
He has the
Yes.
physical copy of it and he lent it to me.
Coincidence? That is. Oh my god! I'm
That is
excited now.
awesome.
I'm excited. I was breaking my head like I don't want to give him crap. I don't want to give. I'm not gonna give him freaking. I don't know, some walking simulation that Mad Dog is gonna make me play. I want to give him something like
Sir, I don't
substantial.
appreciate this attack on my character.
No, man, I love you, but it's true. I want to give you something that you really that you be able to sink your teeth into and to enjoy, and yeah, the Control. I think that's the perfect game. I think you'll really enjoy it. It does have progression. It's not a game as service, mind you, but it does
I
have
get it. It's
progression,
okay. Yeah.
and it has a story that I think you'll find very interesting. I think you'll really enjoy that.
All right.
So yeah, put that on the list. I guess it doesn't, and
I
you don't
guess
have
I
to because
get
you
it
already have
stolen.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Excellent choice. Seriously, that is excellent. So, real quick before we move on to the next one, Chaos, your friend lent it to you. Why did they lend it to you?
Because we spoke about it, and I told him I hadn't played it, and he said like, "Oh, I have the physical copy. Like, you can borrow it." And as I was heading out, like I didn't ask for it. As I was heading out, he went and got it, and like, yeah, here you go, play it.
Nice.
Here's the plot twist. I was his friend, actually. Dun, dun, dun. I was behind the curtain all along.
You have the physical copy of Control?
No, I haven't.
No, he has an
And
OPC.
that's where the story ends.
So close, so close.
So close, yes.
All right. That is a great choice. First off, let me back that up by saying that's actually, if you remember from my game of the year, that was one of my game of the years. I loved everything about it. The only thing I didn't like was some of the graphical hiccups that happen here and there. The game really feels like it is made for next gen, and next gen's not even out yet, But it is an amazing looking game.
I did ask if it was gonna make my PlayStation explode.
It's just gonna make it fly around the room a little bit, but nothing's exploding. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be fine.
It's gonna take it like a jet engine. And
Yeah.
I was playing this game like partially ray trace because I couldn't activate full ray tracing because it was putting my my computer on its knees. But that said, that game was it looks beautiful. And my understanding is that it has been well patched enough already on console, or at least on PS4, to where the experience of it is it's gonna be better than what you remember when you played it, Mad Dog.
Okay. I re-download sidebar. I re-downloaded it because I realized I actually purchased the DLC. I don't know if I have the season pack because there's going to be 2 DLCs, but I had the first one for sure, and I already had it. I was like, shit, I need to download this again. And then I realized I probably need to replay a little bit of the game. I don't recall how to move around. It's a third-person action game. And as you know, with third-person action games, there's a lot of similarities as far as movement and button layout. but
but not
sometimes a
everything.
game is going to include something unique to it, and it's like, oh, it just completely throws you off. All right, Mr. Chaos. Actually, I'm just going to throw it to you, either for myself or for David, wherever you want to go.
All right, so I aim to please, and I have mentioned something earlier, and then somebody said like, "Oh, you should give that to me." So you know what? I will give this to you, Dreamy.
Oh, I get something.
I want you to play Death Gambit.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He turned it. And by the way, nice execution also, because you had all this time you had me believing that Mando was gonna get this one,
And I was going to give it to Mando.
It was he used reverse psychology here, or no, he subverted expectations. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I gotta say, I saw this. Like, I had no idea what this game was, and he mentioned it, and I saw the trailer, and I'm like, whoa.
Yes.
But maybe I want to play this game actually.
Yeah, this game, it's hard. I haven't finished it, but it's hard, man.
Yeah,
but it's really good.
It looks pretty good. Actually, it kind of. I mean, I don't know because I haven't played either one. But you're playing Valfaris, and from what I saw Valfaris, and then looking at this one, I'm wondering, like, are they on the same type of level, or are they different?
I mean, well, I haven't played Death Gambit. From what I got from Death Gambit, that one kind of felt a little more like Salt and Sanctuary, or maybe just a side-scrolling Souls game. That kind of where it falls in.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, Valfaris is not that.
Actually,
Valfaris,
so it is very much like a Dark Souls, like a Salt and Sanctuary.
Salt and Sanctuary.
Salt and
Sanctuary is great, so that's good praise right there. But no, Valfaris is not that. Valfaris is leans a little bit more towards Metroidvania, tough Metroidvania, but Metroidvania without backtracking.
Okay, all right. I'm putting it I'm putting it on the wish list. So that I remember to download it to get it down.
I remember that one of the reasons I got it it's just because it looked edgy as shit.
Yeah, I remember when the trailer came out, I was like, man, I want this. And then I think around that time,
I'm surprised you haven't played it actually.
Well, because I have Blasphemous, and I've gone back to Blasphemous a couple times. So I'm like, well, now I have then I have Belfaris. I'm like, okay, how many of these I'm going to be rotating around at one point? But Death Gambit is on the list for sure. It's on the list.
Yeah, I want to go back to Death Gambit. Get Death Gambit. I want to play Blasphemous, and Valfaris looks cool too. So
yeah,
Valfaris is great. Oh god, that's great. I love the metal. Did you ever check? You probably did. Did you ever check out the video? David, not David.
Well, I did. I did as we were talking about it.
But I know I want to play it already. So
okay. Cool aid. All right. Well, I guess it's my turn.
I guess it's your turn.
Yeah. Let's see. Where am I going to go here? I'm going to go with Mr. Chaos Reaper. Sir, I know you like first-person shooters.
I do.
Or first-person action, at the same time. Yeah. And thanks to recent,
this is starting to go. And you like walking in first person.
and I also know that you appreciate a little bit of horror.
I do.
And so I had to check to see if you did, and I didn't see it. So I hope. I hope this is not something you've already played. If you have, I have a backup just in case. Resident Evil 7.
I knew it. As soon as you said horror.
That was not too difficult, was it?
I want to introduce you to a game that is all kinds of awesome. And
I haven't played it. I've been wanting to, but I haven't.
You know what? I have the digital. I have the physical. Mad Dog actually gave me his physical copy, so I can send it to you.
Send that over here.
There you go. Yeah,
that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. This way you don't have to. Exactly, you don't have to pay.
Is the VR? Can you play the same disc on VR?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna
yeah.
see if I
You'd have
borrow
to. I
the
think.
VR headset from a friend of mine.
Oh wow, that'll be
Oh,
you got to stream that.
yeah. And somebody has to be recording you sitting in your chair doing. Because let me tell you, so the so you play Resident Evil 2 for the recall, and that's kind of what because I was like I don't know if he likes horror, and then you play Resident Evil 2. I'm like, all right, okay, I try to feel you guys out for how so for the type of games that you guys are kind of into. So I'm like, all right, so he'd be cool with Resident Evil 2, then really should try Resident Evil 7 because
Oh, I've
Resident
been
Evil 7
meaning to.
reinvents the genre a little bit when it comes not the genre, the franchise, and it is there are some so seriously well made moments. First off, the game looks absolutely amazing, and it, there are moments where and I'm not trying to scare you out of playing it, but there are moments where you're gonna let out a gasp of some sort. It's just like,
Oh, I'm
whoa,
expecting it to.
It is
Because
not you shit your pants.
I've seen, it's one of the games that I haven't really spoiled myself. Like, I don't know the story very, like, I
Oh, great.
know the premise of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that it's really scary because I seen like I kind of like glossed over some reviews and shit, and I've seen some videos of people getting scared shitless, especially playing it on VR, which is why I don't
Yeah.
want to try it on VR.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Please record that. Somebody. I will pay Mrs. Reaper to do it for you.
Okay.
Oh my god. I would love to see that. So yes. So the game I have for you, sir, is not a first person walking simulator. It is instead a first person horror simulator.
First person shit your pants simulator.
Yeah,
Shit your
exactly.
pants simulator. Nice.
Precisely.
Funny,
All right.
funny story. A little bit of a side note, but related to it. So back in the old house that I used to live, last year, my vehicle got broken into.
Mhm.
And well, not broken into. I stupidly left it open, but that's neither here nor there.
So you left a sign "Come into my car."
We don't have to discuss the details.
Okay.
Other than they went all over, the glove compartment, and there was the copy that Mad Dog gave me of Resident Evil 7. His copy was there, and they were like, "No, fam, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm gonna leave this right here.
They didn't take it." I have it on camera
This
because
right there.
my
I ain't
camera.
touching that shit.
Yeah, exactly. They're probably too scared shit. I mean, it was in the middle of the night, and they're going through my car. I have surveillance of the guy, getting into the car and going through the stuff. And I wish it would have been a little bit more high resolution, that I could go into and zoom in to see if he just looked at it and be like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
That is awesome. I forgot you told me the story, but yes, that is awesome. It's like, oh no, that's too much of a trip for me.
I'm getting into this shit.
Breaking and entering, I would do, but this shit, I'm scared of this shit. No, thank you.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. So keeping the circle going back to Dream Twister, sir. What do you have for me?
Oh, well, I guess my last one, because we don't have any more cohorts that I can throw this into. Although maybe I should. Oh man, I should have thought of one too for Sparrow.
Oh, I got one for Sparrow.
You do? Oh, okay, good.
For
That'll
sure.
be the group. That'll be the podcast version for him, because the podcast selection, because he plays everything, so it's kind of hard to pick one up. No, Mad Dog, this but's for you.
Oh my goodness.
I actually had to do. I actually had to do last minute finagling, because you started mentioning, I have this type of game, and this game involves Faris, and this one, and this one, and like, how many of these games can I actually play? I'm like looking at my selection, being like, oh, okay, so maybe not to recommend this one that I had,
Really?
which was gonna. Do you want me to tell you which one it was gonna be? Because it's not
Well,
anymore.
let's start with the one that the
Okay.
actual finalists. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, well, the real one that I want you to
Hmm.
play, sir, at some point, and it's kind of surprising that I'm going for this one, but it is Ashen. Remember Ashen?
Oh, okay. I do remember Ashen. Yes. Okay.
Ashen is on PS4 right now. It came out last year. It is. I don't know. It's almost. I want to call it like a mellow Dark Souls because it is that type of game, but at the same time, it's kind of like. I mean, you've seen the artwork, right? You know
I
the
have.
artwork,
Yeah. Mhm.
the art design is like these characters. They have no face. Oh, they have no face features, I should say. But somehow the game is still, they still manage to portray emotion and stuff like that, which is kind of, amazing for that type of game. And then you go and it's one of those. It's like a Dark Souls type of game. Maybe not as punishing, which I
Mhm.
think, I mean, it might be a good thing, for you because it's a game that I'm sure that you can knock down in a couple of weeks uh, and also and because the game has this system where you could play with other players. Other players could help you, but if the companion can be controlled also by an AI if there's no other players, with you,
Okay. Okay.
and the AI is usually decent. It's pretty good
Competent.
in handling. Yeah, it's competent. There you go, in handling their own and helping you out and sometimes maybe even killing bosses for you. I mean, not that easy, but they can dish some damage. And you can pick up from different companions. I think this is a game that you will enjoy.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah. You seen the trailer. You see what it is. It's
Yeah, yeah. I'm aware of it and aware of the game. I remember looking to get it, and I never actually moved on it. But I am adding it to the wish list as we speak, sir. As
yeah.
we speak.
I think it came out. Well, I know it was kind of a time exclusive at some point, but that expired obviously, and it's now available
For
on Game
Xbox,
Pass
yeah, it was an
Plus.
Xbox time exclusive. Yeah, it
Yeah,
released December 9th, 2019. So actually, still pretty recently in the last 6 months.
yeah,
So
yeah.
interesting. All right,
So there you go.
that's
Well, my selection, the original one I was gonna send you was Bloodstain, which you wouldn't have got like that anyway. So I'm okay. I just couldn't think of anything else. I was like, well, this game. I know he's not into this type of game, but god damn it, this game is good. Even if he doesn't beat it or anything like that, if he puts some time on it, at least he could see what I'm talking about.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, and
Yeah,
by the way, yeah, that is a major thing here. No one's saying you have to complete any of these. It's just
right.
they're not in your normal wheelhouse, or they're just something that you may have missed, and it's like really kind of draw your attention to a little more and actually try it. And if you beat it, hey, that's great. If you don't, no big deal. You gave it a shot, and then you can give your opinions on it later on down the road. So,
Yeah. Yep.
Mr. Chaos Reaper,
It's my turn again.
Oh,
yes, it is.
snap.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I asked the both of you this, which I know Dream had played it already,
Oh.
but I don't remember if this thing had trophies back then, so I didn't really check. But Mad Dog,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
this is Dream's favorite RPG of all time. And honestly, it may not be my favorite of all time, but it definitely ranks up as one of the best RPGs I have ever played. And it's interesting because he has the least amount of grinding in any game that I've
Yeah.
played because the enemies are actually limited. I mean, in my case, I cleared the entire map of enemies.
Whoa.
But
Okay.
Dragon Age Origins.
Mm,
Damn. Man, we're hitting him with
interesting.
like long ass games.
The Oh
Would you
no, hey,
consider
that's all
Dragon
right.
Age Origins really long? I won't call it like really long
Oh,
though.
dude, I put over. Well, not that I needed to. I was enjoying it, so I put over 100 hours on that game. But it's not that you need to
I
put
don't remember
100.
how many hours I put in, and again, I don't know if this even had trophies.
Oh, I played it on PC, so it didn't have. I definitely know that it didn't have trophies for me.
Okay, so I might have to actually play it on PC because it's not on PlayStation 4, and I don't have my PlayStation 3 anymore. So
Also,
it is on PC though.
it no,
Yeah.
definitely,
Okay,
and
so let
and to
me
be fair,
go to the PC. Okay.
and I know I always make a joke about the PC version is the best. No, no. In this
Oh,
particular case,
it does have
I
trophies.
will I will recommend actually the PC version just because there's a lot more maneuverability that you could do on it. You could play it
Honestly,
like all the way to bird's eye view almost.
Mhm.
yeah.
Versus on the console, it was kind of limited on the it was always kind of third person, right?
No. Well, sort of, but it still had that top view because the game it's meant to be played on a PC with keyboard and mouse to
Yeah.
be specific.
Oh, his favorite.
Yeah, just because of how the menus work and everything, it's much more comfortable with keyboard and mouse than with a controller. I mean, I still played it with a controller, and from what I'm looking here, I got 71% of the trophies. Oh,
Wow.
77% of the trophies.
Damn. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
gonna.
I loved this game.
Yeah.
I just didn't do more than one playthrough because, well, it's kind of long,
Yeah.
apparently.
So okay, I found it here on Steam. So let me go ahead and wish
Oh
list
yeah,
this.
it's available on Steam now because of the EA thing. Shit, that's awesome. It's
Yeah,
probably like $5
actually,
now too, right?
$7.49. Guess what's being
Oh
purchased
yeah,
right as we
that's
speak, guys.
yeah.
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 Take advantage of it now.
Oh, and I did the DLCs and everything.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Dude, I love that game so much. And you know what the funny thing is? At first look, it looks like the most generic ass RPG, and in the sense of humans and elves. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I've seen this before. But it's the story and the music and the whole world. Not only did
It's
I play
so
this game and
good.
put hundreds of hours, but I also listen to audiobooks of this world. I was
Really?
completely in it. Yeah, it was like I completely fell in love with the world of with that world. I forgot the name of the of the actual thing. I think I even have the map of it.
Oh my god, this is
I fell in love
okay.
with my character. This
The
was yeah.
the
This
earliest trophy I have is completed the Dalish elf or Dalish. It wasn't.
Delish, yeah, the Delish elves,
No.
yeah.
Okay, no, yeah, no. But I started as a city elf.
Oh, I was a human.
Yes, no, I started as a city elf, and I got this trophy November 3rd, 2009.
Holy wow.
Whoa.
It's okay because the game holds up very well, and I bet it runs really good on your computer also.
Oh,
But
yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm
yeah.
not worried about that at all. It's actually downloading as we speak. So,
Wow.
Oh
yeah.
wow, damn, he's a man committed.
Actually, yes, that's another part. You guys don't have to do this. Obviously, you don't have to do this, but I want to say I am committed to the choices that you guys have given me, um, regardless of my initial thoughts or impressions or anything like that. Although neither choices are there's no negative impressions on either choices. It's just hey, if I had a I don't know, I'd still do it anyway. I don't. It's like it is what it is. So yeah, and I hope that you guys do the same. Obviously,
Yeah.
Chaos, you have you have a copy from a friend, so it's a lot easier that way. And then yeah, man, if you can send him the Resident Evil 7, then boom, you're handled
Yeah.
and good to go. And
Holy
again, no
shit.
no pressure on time frame. Although I don't want it to go a year. We could do it a little bit sooner, but
How about
uh,
11
but
months?
the
Oh no,
11 months and 28 days. How about that?
this
There
goes
you go.
this goes even earlier. This goes oh no, that's 2011. That's something else. No, I'm
So,
looking at how long it took me to get to the ending, but I don't
based on I got you.
on the
I got you.
trophies, yeah, but
So yeah, so my question, the one question I have is this: regardless, I'm still gonna play it, and I'll probably put in. I will put in time, regardless of how I can play. I have Dragon Age Inquisition, and I've started it. I think twice, and twice I got maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes in, and I was like, "This isn't for me."
No,
So,
No,
uh, similarities between the two. Are there
not
similarities?
not many.
uh, not many. I think this one. This is from back in the day when Bioware
Was
was
still good.
good. Yeah, was still good.
Mm,
Now talking about
okay.
Knights of the Old Republic. Time
Mhm.
Bioware, um, Mass Effect, 2 Bioware. This is the time where they actually were committed to making good releases. Um, it's a shame that the console versions were not bad actually. They were still really really good. The problem was that I think it was PS3 and Xbox 360. I think there was some
Mhm.
limitation there.
It
You know.
made. I feel like it made the fight slower just because
Yeah.
they had that cumbersome menu that was meant for keyboard and mouse, the
Yes.
controller.
Yes.
It made the
Exactly.
fight slower. Again, it wasn't bad. I still loved it, and and even back then, I could like when I was playing, like, wow, this looks like it would be so much easier with a keyboard and
Yeah.
mouse.
You remember Mass Effect 2 where you could stop and make your selections and then like on pause and see the whole action? Well, it's easier to do here on this interface. So it definitely gives you a chance to plan your battles if you want to go that route.
That route. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, the
I
story,
can't
the
wait
music,
to
bro, the
see
music
what
is awesome.
choices you make in this game.
Yeah,
I,
that
I
is
had a
as far
I
as
had a
as far as
feeling
the
that was the main thing.
oh yeah, the choices.
Oh yes.
Well, that's good.
Whatever
That's
you
good.
do, don't damn that little kid just because you want to have sex with a demon.
Yo,
All right.
let him have sex with a demon
If
if he
I
wants
yeah, I
to.
was gonna say if that's what
Right?
I
I
want,
already
then
did that
let me.
though. I already did that.
Wow, you dirty. You real
Oh,
dirty.
so the
Oh my
demon
Oh
god.
is
yeah, dude.
only for you, is what you're saying. It's
She
only your.
promised me pleasures imaginable to man, and I was like, and my character was a female wizard, a female human wizard. So I was like, I'm down, completely down. Fuck the kid.
Wow. Listen, I
Wow.
mean, I wasn't the best person in the game. Even I didn't do that.
Hell yeah, I needed. And I like the fact that there is, you have your
Now I
different.
want to play the fucking game.
I know. I want to play. There is a different skill trees that you could go, right? But there's one that is not. I wouldn't say it's hidden, but it's not available to you unless you make some nefarious choices. And that's the one that has to do with blood magic. Uh,
Mm.
so it
Listen,
you know it
man. The
dude,
man,
this is
the
Bioware's
game is
finest.
awesome. Yeah, that
This
game
is
is just. I
Bioware's
started.
finest.
I was a city elf, and in this universe, elves are like second class citizens or third
Yeah,
class
yeah,
citizens. It's pretty bad.
yeah.
And I mean, I love that. I didn't. I started the game as a human, as a Dalish elf, which like the free elves, like its own tribe and shit. And
Mhm.
I couldn't go that far because I really didn't care for those beginnings. Now
Yeah,
being a city elf and how that story starts, that shit was awesome.
yeah, yeah. It has a lot of Game of Thrones vibes. You're gonna notice also back when Game of Thrones was good. No,
Mm,
but
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good one.
I want to
It,
play it now.
I want
All
to play
right.
it too,
Well,
bro.
yeah, it is. Like I said, it's installing. So 113. No, sorry, that's what I have. 23
That's
gigs.
how.
Okay.
There you go.
I was
Wow.
gonna say there's no way that PS3 game is that fucking big.
I agree.
No way.
I agree. All right. So my last one is for Mr. Santos, aka Dream Twister.
Oh, that's right. You haven't given me
Sir,
one.
I have
Okay.
not. I have not. This one
The
here. And
Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe. That's the game you're gonna recommend me. That's
I
an old
kind of
CDI
hate
game
to
you
live
need
it
to
right
look it
now.
up.
Just saying. Just saying. Realistically, this particular game, you love this developer. You know what I mean? And for
Oh,
some reason, you never got into this game. And I
that
think
game.
realistically, this may be their best game.
Holy
And I
shit!
have a
Not,
backup
not,
just in
not.
case because I'm not in. I
I'm
have a
like,
backup
who
just in
can?
case because I checked Steam and I don't know if you actually have this or tried it. So just in case I have a backup just to make sure. But this is the
All right,
one
and
where
I'll
I
be
was just
honest if
like
I tried it or not.
perplexed that you didn't. Although I think I know why you didn't. It is from Super
Oh,
Giant Games and it is Pyre.
I have played Pyre.
Ah,
Where did I
no.
play Pyre? Pyre is the one
I feel
that
like you
has
guys
this.
spoke
Why
about
is
this game, like the both of you, and that he
why
had
have
played it
why
before.
isn't this? Yeah, why is this not on your
It might
list?
be. It might be on. Is it on PlayStation? Maybe. Check
Is that
check
where
the
it
if
is?
it's on PlayStation because I remember this is the game. I'll tell you how I remember. This is the game where when you go into battle, it's almost like you're playing a football type of game. I mean,
It's
not
not.
football, but it goes into like a sport type, thing.
It's not a battle.
Uh,
First off, is
well,
but
not battle.
yes,
It's like a ritual. It's a ritual.
yes, a ritual. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Where?
Damn
Okay,
it.
now I have to know where have I played Pyre
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say
yes,
because it's not on your thing, man. What the hell? Where are you playing
Pyre is
this?
not here.
Why are you
Where
lying
am I
for?
playing? Hold on. Now I need to know. I don't have it on Steam. I don't have it on
Yeah, that's
Steam.
what
What
I'm
the
saying. You
fuck?
don't have it on Steam, so where the hell did you play it?
Pyre.
I'm looking up your thing now.
Uh,
Hold on. Dream Twister Morbid.
check PlayStation 4. I'm not
That's what
lying.
I'm looking
I
at.
honestly, like, I can tell you, like, there was.
I mean,
Oh shit.
yeah, you can tell me what it is, but that doesn't mean you've played it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're gonna think that I'm gonna. Like, I remember there was like a dog. I don't remember much of it. Like an
Oh,
anthropomorphic
it was
dog or
on
something like
PlayStation.
that.
Yes, it was on
It
PlayStation.
was on
There it
PlayStation.
is.
There you go.
Uh,
I knew it.
Fine.
Awesome music.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll go with the backup then,
Oh,
if
now I'm
we
worried because now
must.
you're gonna give me a second class game now.
Well, I mentioned this before, and I was just like, well, both are good. There was a third actually on the list where I was like, nah, this doesn't compare to these two. And I'm
Fuck!
gonna be
I
mad
just
now. I,
realized how bad I messed up. I did not give you Bayonetta. This was my only chance, and I did not give you Bayonetta. We
you're
need to
right.
redo this.
You, sir, just done fucked up.
In new and exciting ways, I have fucked up. In undiscoverable ways. This is the final frontier of fuckitude. I could have given him Bayonetta. Finally,
The
release myself of
final
that burden.
frontier of fuckitude, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
That is something that I'm going to write down because,
Oh my
frankly, that is the best line I've ever heard. Since the fucking, I don't know if you guys remember that
It's
one,
the
but
fucking yes. I remember the fucking yes. This is the fucking Oh
yes,
my
exactly.
god. Oh, I done fucked up. Oh man.
It's all good. It's all good. 'Cause
Oh,
I really don't want to play
I,
that game. I mean, just be honest with you.
oh come on.
I really don't.
Oh my god,
I
you're
know.
so
I
bad.
know.
Oh, that hurts. Oh,
All
that
right,
hurts.
all
That
right.
game's
So
so
moving
great.
on to the
Okay.
and you know what? I'm going to be even more upset. I'm really going to be more upset if you actually play this one as well. But I don't think you have because I feel like it may have missed you. Although this is
I don't
another
know. I play a
great.
lot of games that I just
I
leave
could tell.
behind.
Yeah, you play for 5 minutes and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
That's me.
It is a Metroidvania game, so it's not it's not a
Okay.
walking simulator or anything like that. It's this little it's this little title
Oh God.
called.
Oh God. I know where this is going.
Did you play it? Headlander. Did you play it?
Oh no, I haven't played Headlander. Shit,
Headlander.
this was your chance to give me the Guacamele. You could have given me Guacamele.
Son of a bitch. No, 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 no.
And we
I
have been we're even now.
we are even on our dumbass mistakes here. No, 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 no. Headlander
Headlander,
is
I have
another
not
excellent
played
game,
Headlander.
and this is actually a few years old now,
This
and
is
it is
double
an
fine.
yeah, yeah, it is an excellent Metroidvania game. You play
Holy
as a
shit.
disembodied head, like basically it is. I don't know if Chaos, if you know of this game at all, but it takes place. It's this weird thing where it takes place in like the future, but like the 60s version of the future. So it
Version
has
of
a little bit of
yes.
grooviness and some shag
It's like
carpet and those weird phallic
retro futuristic.
symbol spaceships. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. It's got some the effects have a lot of weird colorful oh god, I can't even think of it, but basically it's that weird, just weird groovy feel to
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean, because it just feels like
It's
that
basically
60s vibe.
if you make Star Trek with uh the spy who shagged me. What was it? No, what's that movie
Yes, Austin Powers.
called?
Yes,
Austin Powers.
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Star Trek mixed with Austin Powers in a game. The character you play is someone who did not survive a particular thing. But anyway, what ended up happening is they can only save her head, and so her head is kept in a helmet. And the helmet is it's got a little bit of a it's got like a thruster, so it can fly.
Move.
And
Yeah.
then you can fly and take over other mechanical bodies and walk around and stuff like that. Obviously, you
Oh,
gain
that's
new
great.
abilities, and very similar to any Metroidvania games, you gain new abilities. There is backtracking, so areas become accessible after you gain a new ability because now you can actually access it. So those type of things are all in there. It's got humor, your typical Double Fine humor.
This is double fine.
Really,
Yeah.
really
This is
well
good.
written. Really, really well done. It was a surprise. Actually, I got to go back to that game. It was a surprise when I played it, and I remember enjoying every absolute minute of it. And fun fact, I took video of a particular musical number that happens in the game, and it's on our GG channel, and it has over 1,100 views for the record. So
What?
for whatever
Wow.
reason,
Yeah.
that particular video has over 1,100. Our next one above that is over 20,000 views, and for whatever reason, it is PUBG on mobile. But hey, it is what it is.
Hey, because it is PUBG on mobile. That's why.
It is PUBG on mobile. Yes, exactly. So Headlander, it is, sir. Headlander. You know what it is? I
Wow.
guess I really don't understand why you don't like Pyre. God damn it!
You know what? It was not that. Honestly, it was not that I didn't. Oh shit! Why did I stop playing Pyre? I don't know. Something must have come up because I was a
It's
little
literally my
hesitant.
favorite to date, and I have not played Hades for the record, but to date it is my favorite Super Giant game
Wait, what?
after
More than?
Transistor. Yes,
Oh,
after
I was
Transistor, and I
gonna say
love
after
Transistor. I
Transistor
love
is
Transistor,
your yeah. Transistor
but
was your favorite.
Pyre, there was just something about this game. It just came out of it. Just I don't know. It is what it is. But you've tried, you played it. It obviously didn't grasp you, so that's fine. But Headlander, on the other hand, which is a Metroidvania game, which I think you would probably like more than when I put the two together as far as gameplay goes,
Yeah,
you'll probably like that more than Pyre anyway.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, Headlander it is.
All right, I got it. I got it wish listed also there.
All right.
It is
How much? What's the
Should
1999.
be exciting.
It should be right. You see, that was the whole purpose of this wonderful hot topic. It was to expand our horizons a little bit and not
Gameplay
always
Horizon.
expand. Sometimes it's just, hey, try this game that you forgot exists, like Resident
Yeah,
Evil 7. Just saying.
I mean, this was a perfect opportunity and it was wasted. I could have said Bayonetta, but no. I had to go with Ashen for some ungodly reason of what the hell was I thinking? I
Good
mean, let's
job,
face it.
bud.
The only good recommendations here were Dragon Age Origin and Control.
The
What?
yeah. I can,
Those were the only good the best recommendations also, because they were all good. But the best recommendations were Control and
I can't wait. I can't honestly. I can't wait to hear his thoughts on Control. I'm
Dragon
completely
Age
honest.
Origins. Yeah, you need to play Control, bro.
I will. I
all right,
definitely will.
Well, that brings us to the end of an awesome episode 217. The real.
For real.
For real.
Now you're doomed to say that every time. The real for real.
The real for real.
And if you mess up again, the real for real.
For really reals, yo.
My really reals, yo. There you go. Yes.
Exactly.
True.
As always, guys, please go to goodgame.rocks, join the conversation there, and like, subscribe, share the podcast with everyone. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Chaos Reaper.
Oh, well, apparently I have to wait for a certain package to arrive here so I can crap my pants properly.
Yeah, and I can't wait.
You get a tracking number.
I'm really going to try to get that see if I can get that VR headset borrowed, because I really don't want to play this in VR.
Yes, you ought to.
I hear it's pretty amazing. The only deal is,
I hear it's nerve-wracking.
Well, I hear, but have you done VR at all before now?
Little. I did Gran Turismo, sports.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh, you'll be fine.
You'll be nice.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Sea legs is the thing that you kind of want to get when you're in VR, and if you don't have it, it takes a little while to get it. And if you don't have it, you'll know immediately when you try to make a move. You know what I mean? A first person shift within VR, and I don't know. Oh. For me, it messed me up. I was like, "Whoa, this is
I'll keep that in mind.
Stomach churning." So, all right, Mr. Santos.
I have a question. What was the backup in the event that I had played?
Inside.
Fuck! We should have actually. Well, no. Resident Evil was a good choice, but yeah, you needed to play Inside. What the hell did I recommend?
What's Inside?
Inside is a follow-up game from the makers of Limbo. And if do you know Limbo?
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Limbo is a side-scrolling platform puzzler. Takes place in the forest, and that's a great game, and that's on everything at this point.
That's where the brother's chasing after the sister.
Yeah, and he runs into some spiders and giant spiders and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's from the makers of that, but it's like it's 100 times more advanced. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Yeah. Let's say 10 times more advanced. But the point is, it's a similar premise, where it's a little boy, and he is, I honestly don't recall what starts the whole thing. Yeah, he's rocking to the right, but I don't recall what starts the whole thing. It's not a sister or anything like that, but what he gets into is some of the craziest and so well designed levels and areas, and there's a little philosophy behind it, and there's a lot of little things you can pull out of it. If you get into it. So that was the backup.
And what's the one for Sparrow?
Oh, Sparrow. You're right. Yeah. Man, I completely forgot about that. My bad. For Sparrow Wolf. And honestly, I had to go to, and I don't know if this is on PC. So if it's on PC and he's played it, I don't know. However, Sparrow Wolf, if you are listening, this is the one I had for you. I don't know if anybody had anything else. It was going to be Catherine Full Body. That was the game I was going to make.
My God.
I wanted to suggest to well. Wait a minute. Let me explain my
That's a
reasoning.
good
It's
choice,
not.
though.
It's
That's a good choice.
I think it's a great choice. And if he hasn't played it, what it is. First off, it's a challenging game, which I know he likes a challenge.
Yes, he
But
does.
it's outside of his wheelhouse because the challenge is behind basically getting up a tower, moving blocks to get up a tower to survive a nightmare. And so yeah, there's a little story behind it and what happens, and as far as
Beta
the main
simulation.
character Vincent, he's in love with his girlfriend Catherine with a K, and then one night has a what appears to be a one night stand with Catherine with another girl, Catherine with a
Well, now you're
C, and
talking
that's
about the
what leads.
game, and now
Oh,
you're
that's
talking
in the
about the game and
trailer. Come
spoiling
on
it.
now, yeah, that's in the trailer. And so anyway, that leads to the nightmares at night. I recently played Full Body, and it is a challenging game, but it is a lot of fun, and it is one of those games that actually there are esports for this particular game. So that's
Yeah.
how big the game is. And I don't know if I don't even know if it's on PC, but I just went based on his PlayStation profile,
It
and he didn't
is.
have it. So
It is, but not the full body edition. They call it the
the
classic
original,
edition.
which
Which, to be fair, that what they actually include in the full body edition is kind of bullshit. So you won't be missing. If you have to
yeah,
pick
either or,
between
yeah,
paying
either or.
$60 digital or playing or 19.99, which I think is the regular price on Steam for the classic, you go with the classic because you're not
Go
really.
with the
It's
class, yeah.
it's not like you're missing
Yeah,
anything. Anything.
either one. Yeah,
Yeah.
either one. Sparrow. I don't know if you guys have any other ones that may come to mind, but that was the one I had pocketed
Not one
for
that will
Mister
beat that.
Sparrow.
I think that for the no seriously, I think for the challenge itself and for the fact that it's such a weird out there game for him, I think
I
um
think so too. I think those are the things like
he might actually discover
it's
that
like
he enjoys it. Yeah.
correct. I honestly I think he will. This is
Yeah.
if he and Sparrow Wolf. If you don't like it, it's 100% understandable. No one's I just feel that the level of challenge behind the actual gameplay is right up your alley.
Yeah.
And I think that the story actually is not bad and something that may,
Well, it's definitely
may
relatable, and as a as
oh,
a
of course,
as
yeah.
as a guy, especially as a
As a
guy,
man, of
as
course,
and
yeah,
as a
exactly,
guy
yeah,
in a relationship, that he is,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
it's definitely super relatable. So yeah, yeah, it's an interesting
So
story
there
to
you go.
follow.
Thank
Listen,
you,
I
Chaos,
struggle.
because I almost
I
forgot.
I struggle finding these two games. And you're asking me if I have another one?
Well, I'll be saying one thing. As I was going through Mister Sparrow Wolf's list, he has played many a game, and I will also admit that him and I share a significantly, similar lists as far as a gaming on PlayStation. Obviously, I don't know. I can't tell if any other consoles are in there, um, but yeah. All right, thanks. Thanks for that, dude. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, you're welcome.
But all right, guys. Well, Dream Twister, take us home.
No, actually, I think I had something witty to try to finish with, but we went into a tangent and now I completely forgot. So, this Dream Twister is signing off, and we see you guys next week. GG! Oh, you got that is
GG.
the worst GG that we have had.
I didn't know you were going to jump right
Oh,
into that.
I know
hey,
it's
I was
you know why it's because
following
we need
suit,
to
man.
get
That's
the
how I do.
we need to get the original and the original ending by Mad Dog. If Mad Dog doesn't
Okay.
do it, it doesn't come out right. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. In that case, we will see you guys next week.
GG.
GG!